So what is good, everyone? Today is Monday, January 26th. I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. So I'm coming into the session with a bullish bias. I say that for a couple of reasons. So first, on the daily time frame, I see we have this huge wick down with this current daily candle. We're reacting right back up. On the 4 hour, you can see it's not as obvious on the 4 hour. Like, we swept out this low inside this like really tiny 4 hour gap. I feel like you gotta look really hard to see it. We swept out the low inside the gap. I feel like it's a lot more clear on the 1 hour though, right? Like, there's this huge 1 hour imbalance right there. We tapped into it. And from here, we have filled in all this new week opening gap. But I feel like we're just like, even after we filled in all this new week opening gap, like, you can see we came up here, we've pushed down, and now we're coming up higher, forming bullish market structure. Like, if we were truly bearish, I feel like we wouldn't have broken above this high. Like, maybe we can sweep it once and react off of it, but I'd say I'm leaning bullish toward the previous day's high. How's everyone's morning going though? I'm actually trying to mess around with some Lucid accounts I bought. Cause I don't know if you guys heard me talking about this, like, it's kind of a joke strategy called the weather model, where I essentially go long or short based on the weather. But I bought a separate account to like trade that on, and it says I can't trade it because I need real-time data. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I forgot you had to sign the agreement, I guess. I didn't do that. I signed the agreement. Cool. Morning. What's up, MCO2? How are you? You said doing well, gonna be a grinder today. Honestly, yeah, I think today's gonna be a good day. He said, good morning, Tim. How was your weekend? My weekend wasn't bad. How about you, Samuel? I feel like it went by really quick. I did a bunch of snow shoveling. Did a lot of snow shoveling. It snowed so much. There's like so much snow where I am right now. You said, what's good, Tim? What's the bias for today? What's up, Kane? So, honestly, if I had to guess, I'd say I'm bullish right now. You said every day is good if you don't blow your accounts. Facts. Yeah, but so why I say I'm bullish? I feel like if you look at the way the current daily candles formed, like, we've pushed down really hard and we're reacting up right now. I feel like on the 1 hour, we're like bouncing out of this like 1 hour gap down here. So good morning, Uberfile. How are you? So I guess we just took out this high over here. What even is this high? I forgot to mark it out. Oh, this is probably previous day high. Yeah, no, it can't. Oh, it's the high of New York PM session, I bet. You said, bro, was weekend giving you dread to trade? Nah, I mean, I was chilling. I enjoyed my weekend. I didn't think about trading too much this weekend, honestly. I was mostly just thinking about snow, honestly. You said very hungover from Saturday. You haven't slept in 20 hours? Well, I always say, honestly, if you're in, like, conditions like that, try to be careful with your trading. I feel like I always be making mistakes when, like, I really underslept. What are they saying in the Alpha Futures Discord server? I got a notification. They said, I've got some exciting news for everyone. What's the exciting news? You said, yeah, tighten up during those times. Yeah, exactly. I feel like you know your body, though. Like, I feel like if you know yourself and you think you can trade, just be careful. So honestly, I'm looking for us to pull back into like a 5 or a 15-minute gap. Honestly, there was this 30-second like right at market open. I feel like I don't really like 30 seconds, and there wasn't SMT at the high. So I probably wouldn't have taken that. I don't like taking trades right next to market open. Oh, you said I'm overslept, not underslept. I'd be misreading things. Oh, you said even though I've slept 20 hours. So you're definitely right. I'm going to take it slow today. I'm just analyzing. Not a bad mindset to have. So the main thing I'm looking for is like a pullback into a 5 or a 15-minute fair value gap. So like, let's say if we were to pull back into this gap right here and give me a clear rejection coming out of it, I'd take a continuation long. The only thing I hate is ES already took previous day high. Like, ES is really high up. So there is an SMT where I want to target, but... So I feel like, honestly, like, if we were going to move bearish, I feel like it would start happening kind of about now. I feel like ES is definitely a leading pair. ES is moving so much more bullish right now. Oh, I guess ES might fill in all this new week opening gap. Because it filled in most of it, but it didn't fill in all of it before. So I feel like a lot of times, like when we open up new week opening gaps, I feel like eventually, like it doesn't happen like at first, but eventually we fill in almost all of it. So I could see us filling in the rest of this gap maybe. So this 5-minute gap's going to open up in like 1 minute. So I'm essentially just waiting for a pullback into there and a rejection out. He said, are you waiting for a long? Yeah, right now I'm waiting for a long. I'm definitely more long biased. So we just opened up this 5-minute gap down here. So I'm hoping we can pull down into this 5-minute and give me a reaction coming out of it, because I would take a long off of that. But we might just move so bullish we might never pull back. I don't know. I mean, we're already starting to pull back, which is ideal. Yeah, so, I mean, we already pulled back into this 5-minute almost. Almost, we were so close. So I really can't enter a long if we're going to edge a 5-minute gap like that. So, like, I would have looked for a long if it came, like, 2 ticks lower. But it didn't, so I really can't take a long. He said, hey, boss, what's up, pork? How are you? So we're almost to the point of filling all this new week opening gap on ES. He said, honestly, how's it going, mate? Pretty good. How about you, bro? Can't complain. I'm excited. It's a fresh week. Like, I got cooked last week. I feel like, I don't know. I always feel like I can like reset really good over the weekend. So I want us to pull back into this 5-minute gap so I can take a long. These are some big candles, I feel like. You said the new week opening gap was a nice trade? Yeah, honestly, yeah. The new week opening gap's always a nice draw. I know on ES, though, we still haven't filled the last tail end of it, but I'm pretty sure at least. Yeah, we haven't filled like the tail end of it on ES. So I'm hoping that I can get like a little bit more of a pullback here. I want to see if we... I mean, this is the low inside the 15-minute gap. You said I scalped and lost, then reversed for a long, then jumped. Well, if you're slightly green, that's what's up. At least you're not red. Up we go. Yeah, honestly, I wish that we would pull a little lower. I just want to see a retracement to that 5-minute gap so I can get along. These are equal highs. I would love these get left behind. They're probably not going to, but... You said not expecting Monday candle to be this big. I mean, I feel like there's just... I feel like everything's been moving this weekend. Like, I know gold and silver have been going crazy, too. I feel like there's just so much stuff going on. I hate that we didn't pull back. I would have taken a long if we pulled back. You said gold cooked? Yeah, gold hit like... Didn't gold hit 5,000 an ounce? Yeah, it did. You look at like the daily chart of gold, you're like in the sky. Or even gapping up. Tesla's kind of consolidating a little bit right now. You said edging the 5 minute like that's kind of sus. Yeah, exactly. I'm not willing to take a long if we're gonna edge a 5 minute gap like that. And it's not even like, yeah, there's not even like a gap SMT where like you could say that like ES tapped into the gap. Like neither of them even tapped into a gap. We're just running up. So I see like ES finally filled in all this new week opening gap. I mean, I feel like the last bullish target I really have here is previous day high and NQ. But you said, "What's up, bro? I'm here just eating." What's up, Vizit? How are you, bro? You said on the volume. You said all good. Hope you had a nice weekend. My weekend wasn't bad. How about you? I did a bunch of snow shoveling this weekend. Don't you live in like Canada? Didn't you say? How much snow do you get over there? You said boring ass weekend. 56 inches of snow. That's so much. No, I'm sitting over here saying like I got 2 feet. I'm like, oh my god, so much. But that's so much. Do you have to like shovel like a shit ton of snow? You said just saying be careful into resistance. Yeah, honestly, I mean, if I get a clear reaction up, I would take a long toward like previous day high, but I need a clear reaction. Because at least one thing that makes me low-key kind of be cautious, I feel like ES is just so much more leading. Like ES already took previous day high. Like ES already took all these highs over here. You said I shoveled a bit at work, but home now I live in an apartment. That's cool. Shoveling's a lot of work. So, I mean, we're going to open up, like, this 5-minute gap here. I feel like I'm kind of sussed out by it. I feel like we pushed up so high with no, like, real retracement. But I want to see the lower time frame structure reform. He said, want to make millions today? Hit the like button. Appreciate you, MCO2. Yeah, but if you guys don't mind, hit the like button on YouTube. It does help with the stream. I do appreciate it. You said shout out from Poland. Hey, what's up? You said, I'm probably not going to take this 5 minutes so deep in premium. ES took the high. Yeah. I feel like for me to take this, I'd really want like really clear structure. Or maybe like a deeper pullback. But this is even a tiny 5 minute at this point too. So here is this tiny 5 minute. There's like 10 minutes until we open up a 15-minute gap. So I guess ES just tapped into the 5-minute gap. I mean, so there's a chance we could start going up now. I'm not really looking to take a long right now, but these candles are just teleporting up. You said shorted at 69.77. Probably like this gap over here. I hope it works out. I mean, ES is kind of in the sky. You said I think we might need to see another test of intraday high. I mean, yeah, maybe it could be possible. Like, let's say if we were to be bearish, maybe 10 a.m. would kind of come up, manipulate up, and come down after. But I feel like right now, at least, nothing's really sticking out to me. You said, bro, I'm mad AF. What happened, Elijah? See, my stop loss was too tight to go long off the first presented FVG. 1 minute got stopped out so quick. Damn. It would have been up like 500. Sorry to hear that, bro. Trading's always a game where like you measure your results over like a longer term. Though I feel like you try to like I know it's hard to hear, but I feel like the results of one day aren't as important as you think, if that makes sense. Like, you have focus on the longer scale. But it's definitely frustrating, I'm sure. You said, yeah, I should have let the 250 stop loss, not 100. So I'm glad I'm consistent. That's what's up. You said one day never matters. Could lose it all if you won and could make it back. You lost tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. So we're putting in an SMT at these highs up here. I don't know if it'll necessarily hold, but I'm definitely going to pay attention to it. No, that's probably going to hold. That SMT is not holding now. What's up, KVN? How are you, bro? So honestly, I'm hoping that, I feel like best case scenario for me to take a long at this point is if I just wait until 10 a.m. and we open up this 15-minute gap over here. And if we don't take out previous day high, like if we leave behind previous day high and retrace into the 15-minute, I feel like that long won't be the worst, honestly. I feel like there's a good chance we might hit previous day high though, like before that 15-minute, but so waiting for the 15-minute long too. That's what's up. You said I was trading silver for a couple of weeks, got good results, like 200% or something, but run out of ideas at this point. Had to look for NQ. Yeah, I feel like NQ is kind of like, it's got a lot of volume and volatility right now, but it's not going to stay that way. Like, eventually silver's going to come down a bit, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but... So we have 4 minutes until 10 a.m. open. So at 10 a.m. we'll open up this 15-minute. So I can at least start looking for a long again at 10 a.m. What trade did Blake take? There's no shot Blake took that 30-second and open. So he took out previous day high. So that was the target I was looking to see get hit. So I feel like from here, so like where could I target? I mean, this is like an obvious wick, kind of like over here from Friday. You said, did Blake take something? On his Instagram story, he posted profit and he said 2-minute workday. He didn't post what setup he took. If I had to guess, I bet Blake took this 30-second right at open. Like this thing right here. If I had to guess, this is what Blake took. But wouldn't this have stopped him at break even if he took this? I genuinely don't know what he could have taken, honestly. Unless maybe he had a really tight stop. Maybe he had a stop like here, and he hit a 1-to-1. I don't know. So I'm still waiting for this 15-minute to open up, honestly. Oh, but I forgot to say, so on the higher time frame, I feel like if we start getting higher up, there is all these kind of like stacked highs next to this unfilled daily gap. Honestly, if we start getting closer to there, that would be something I'd start looking to target. I'm trying to think if I call this low resistance. I feel like I can, if I stretch it, I could call this low resistance liquidity. It's not the most obvious. Said, am I the only one waiting for a pullback? I mean, honestly, I'm waiting for a pullback into the 15-minute gap. I want to take a long out of that. It kind of sussed me out that we took previous day high. You said, nah, bro, trust me or not. Yeah, at first second, I was second guessing it because we took previous day high. But honestly, if we can pull back into the 15-minute and give me a clear reaction out of it, I'd probably take a long. So, yeah, it depends on the displacement. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sometimes I feel like people ask me, they're like, "Oh, if we pull back into this 15 minute, are you taking a trade?" I'm like, "Well, I gotta see how it forms." You said, "Does anyone play Clash Royale while waiting for a setup?" Definitely not me, but you said, "Tim, how can I link my Al Futures account?" I mean, like, what are you trying to link it to? You said, "Now in PUBG." I haven't heard PUBG in so long. He said, "Focus equal money." Honestly, that's facts. So I guess ES tapped into the 15-minute gap, but like honestly, I want to see NQ tap into the 15-minute. You said I saw there's only trade evade option now. Yeah, there's only you can only trade evade now. Yeah. So what type of system do I use to determine how much buffer you're gonna be? Honestly, I mean, me personally, I always look at my risk to reward and my average win rate, and I use something called a risk of ruin calculator. So I'll see like how many trades of breathing room I want to give myself, and I'll think like I'll give myself like a 10 or a 20% chance of blowing the account. Does that make sense? You said okay. You said you went last week green or red? No, I ended last week red. I don't think I won one trade last week. I think I took, was it 2 losses or 3? I should know this. I just posted about it. I'm actually gonna pull it out to remind myself. You said you journal your trades? I mean, I pretty much journal them like in my Discord, honestly. Oh, so I took on Tuesday I took 2 break evens, 1 loss, and then on Thursday I took 1 break even, 2 losses. So I essentially took like 3 losses. You said, "Ah, cool. Good luck this week." Appreciate that, Joey. You too. You said at the end of the session, go back over your trades and mark them on the chart. It helps more than you think it will. I don't keep them. I mean, yeah, if you've watched the end of my stream before, at the end of every stream, I do a recap showing all the trades I go over, and I kind of analyze them. If you've watched to the end before, but... You said, "Oh yeah, Tim, not you. That was Joey." I feel like sometimes it can kind of be hard for me to tell context in chat, if that makes sense. Like, I've never really had that problem before. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh, you meant that instead." We were just chopping up here. So yeah, dude, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. You said, "I was going to say we don't need to be tapping into the 15-minute because ES already did, but we're creating LR." I mean, yeah, and the thing is, I feel like we're also just too high up. Like yeah, ES tapped into the 15-minute, but like, we're also just in the sky in NQ. You said took previous day high? Yeah, honestly, that too. I mean, at least we're consolidating here. If we can, like, manipulate down and give me, like, a good V shape up, I feel like that would be nice. But gotta wait and see what I get. You said, "I think I would rather a retracement entry." I mean, yeah, I'd prefer a retracement. Oh, like, you're saying, like, a short, I guess you mean. Yeah, I feel like the only thing is, even if you were to look for a short here, is it back to EQ? I just feel like there's no good, like, setups, in my opinion. Like, there's no clear, like, well, I trade inversions, and I feel like there's no clear inversion. Like, the only thing is maybe if you took this entry, but I feel like it's not even playing out well. Like, I feel like we should be running all these low resistance. We have equal lows, or relative equal lows here. You said bias is long, right? We aiming for 15-minute gap? I mean, yeah, honestly, I want to see a pullback into the 15-minute. I want to go long. I mean, I don't like... We already took previous day high. But I feel like we're just moving so bullish. As long as I get a good, like, lower time frame confirmation entry, like, I'd take a long. Yeah, you said not yet with better, higher time frame. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, like, let's say if we like continue to chop up here and then we pushed up and then pushed right back down, I feel like that could be a decent short. But it looks like we're going to tap into this 15-minute gap first. I'm hoping. Ooh, so we're really close to this 15-minute now. So I want to see us come a little lower. We still haven't tapped into the gap just yet. I mean, like, if we came a little lower and then inverted this 1 minute, I would take it. But it's like, we're edging a 15-minute gap right now. So we're probably going to tap into it right now. So I'm debating right now whether I want to wait for the 1 minute to get closed through, or we might open up a 30-second, like right around here. I don't know which one I want to take. Like an inverse off of, obviously, but we still... Oh my god, we're so close to this 15-minute. Like 2 points away. Are those equal lows? Dude, we just printed equal lows at the 15-minute. So I honestly can't take a long. Yeah, I mean, I can't long with equal lows of my stop loss. I mean, 803, 803. Yeah, I can't take that. Mr. Insane says, yo, bro. What's up, Mr. Insane? How are you? Damn, I can't take this. You said Dodgy's on a short? Interesting. You said, I'm good, bro. Happy to hear that. But yeah, so the reason I'm passing up, you said how much balance you got? Well, I mean, I'm trading a 50K funded account. It's actually down a little bit right now, actually. It's down like 450. Yeah, but so the thing is, so we never actually tapped into that 15-minute gap. We made equal lows. So like I can't take this. If we came a tick lower, you said, bro, 50K. I mean, 50Ks are pretty cheap, honestly, to buy. Like it's a prop firm account. Oh, you said I'm in India, 50K. Oh, okay. I feel like in America, it's not as crazy. You know, if I were to have taken this, I probably would have gone break even there. You said, bro, you got a crypto wallet? I mean, kind of. I'm scared while you're asking. You said, question, do you trade the 5-minute? Sorry, man. I'm new to your channel strategy. You're good, bro. So, I'm like, I'll take trades on the 5-minute time frame. It's more I pay attention to, like, what's the highest time frame gap in those current price leg. So, like, let's say if I viewed, like, this most recent price leg where we push down. So, like, in this case, the highest time frame gap is the 1 minute. Actually, there was a 2 minute. I lied. I was looking too quick. But, yeah, there's no 3 minute. There's no 4 minute. There's no 5 minute. So, like, in this case, I'd be waiting for this 2 minute gap to get closed through. But, like, let's say if the highest time frame gap in this leg was a 5 minute. I'd take a 5 minute. You said SMT? Yeah, there's an SMT at the highs yet now. And we made equal lows with an unfilled 15-minute gap. Honestly, do I want to short? You said nice setup, by the way. Thank you, Mr. Insane. You said, bro, Can you slide me? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna send you crypto. You said damn silver just hit 112? Honestly, I want to think about if we close through this 2-minute. Yeah, someone's asking for crypto, yeah. What advisor are you balling like that? You said, yo, Tim, you go to the gym? I normally do. I'm not going to lie, lately. I haven't been as consistent as I should be, but I typically go to the gym. I didn't go today, though. There's so much snow where I live, and the gym I go to is closed today. I'm probably going tomorrow. Damn, I'm low-key annoyed that we're leaving behind equal lows. Like, if we tapped into that 15-minute gap, I so would have taken along. You said just send in the link to your video so we can learn the strategy, or maybe you can get a job as well. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, honestly, I'll send you the link to a good strategy video. And there's like CFD prop firms you can trade with too. They're like a lot cheaper. You said huge move to the upside, yeah. That's my strategy at least. Oh wait, this is not. I don't think you guys can click that link. I sent the wrong link. That's the actual link, my bad. You said, what's the most XFAs you've copy traded together on Top Step? I can show you, I mean. I just gotta log in real quick. Is my thing glitching? Nope, not that. There you go. So I have 5 express funded accounts at Top Step, all being copy traded together. You said, damn, you should have waited. I mean, honestly, I could still see shorts playing out if we get a good reaction down, but... You said, looks like the IFVG played out. I mean, yeah, this 2-minute... The only thing is, me personally, I probably would have gotten stopped at break even on that. Because I would have went break even when ES took like all these highs up here. And then like ES took those highs really quick and then it would have stopped me at break even, I think. I mean, it definitely was the right idea. Me personally though, like I just never ever take like any trade with equal lows or equal highs at my stop. And like, or unfilled gaps. And like in this case, there's an unfilled 15-minute gap as well as equal lows at my stop. I wonder if I go to like, I forget, what's the NQH? Is that what it is? You said, super cool, man. Respect for trading micros, even on prop firms, better risk management. Yeah, I mean, I always try to risk relatively the same amount per trade. Like, I risk $400 to $500 per trade. So, like, I feel like micros allow me to do that. Because, like, if I'm trading minis, like, the difference between 1 mini and 2 mini is, like, night and day. You said there's also a 5-minute unfilled. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's an unfilled 5 and an unfilled 15. I usually just pay attention to the 15 because I feel like it means more, but you're right. You said, what did you enter? Nah, I haven't entered anything so far today. We're probably going to hit this Friday, like, it's like a 9:30 wick. You said NQH. You know, I don't know why I was doing... Why is it not showing up, though? Oh, here we go. I'm just curious to see if on NQH, did we make equal lows at that 15-minute gap as well? Yeah, we made equal lows on NQH. I mean, I'm not missing anything here. I'm trying to think if, honestly, like, let's say if we create a 5-minute gap here. I'm trying to think if I'm willing to take a long out of that to this, like, Friday high. If we get a clear enough reaction, I might try it. Because the thing that susses me out is, like, there's equal lows below, but I feel like we've traded so far away from them. Like, we don't necessarily need to sweep those to continue higher. Like, it would definitely be more... It'd be better if we swept them, but... You said, what's your RR on your Top Step funded? My dream is to have 5 funded accounts. Copy trade, bro. Think about it. You're living my dream. I mean, yeah. I feel like, honestly, having 5 Top Step funded accounts isn't, like, as great as it seems on paper. It's definitely a good thing, but, like, my risk to reward, honestly, I go for around 1-to-1. Because, like, at least that way, like, I know I might have gotten cooked on those accounts, but I have, like, a high win rate, typically. That's pretty much just the way I trade 1-to-1, honestly. Sometimes a little more, but... So we haven't opened up this 5-minute gap just yet. We're going to open up in like 20 seconds. You said, are the accounts linked so one trade copies to each account instantly? Yeah, exactly. So we've opened up a 5-minute gap. I definitely want to see how we react out of this 5-minute. You said, so if you win $100 on a trade and have 5 accounts, you made 500? Yeah, pretty much. So we're finally getting a pullback. We've pulled into a 5-minute gap. I want to see how we react out of this 5-minute gap. You said I would say that we're bullish for the day. I'd agree. We're currently bullish. I mean, we're a little overextended, but we're bullish. I'd say, yeah. You said entered short at 25.88. Hey, that's what's up. It looks like we're going to open up a 2-minute gap sometime soon. You said red day can't win for nothing today. Sorry to hear that, MCO too. Tomorrow's a new day though. You said I took that short into the 15-minute, got edged by 1 tick, then stopped out. That sucks. You said I hate waiting all weekend to mess it up. Oh well, I mean, it's whatever. It's a learning experience. You said not by 1 tick few. I mean, I get the point. You know, honestly, if I was more short bias, I would try this 5-minute. Honestly, I can get a 1-to-1 here. If I can get a 1-to-1 there, I mean, 46 points. If I get like a perfect close on this, I might try this 5-minute short. Because I feel like if we're inverting this 5-minute, I feel like we should be rebalancing that unfilled 15-minute, honestly. So, if we give me a perfect close to this 5-minute, I'm going to try a short. Just going for 1-to-1. So I'll see you tomorrow. Go green today. I appreciate you stopping by, MCO2. This is not the close I'm looking for. Yeah, so I'm passing up on that. So, I mean, honestly, at this point, maybe if we can come all the way down, sweep out the relative equal lows. Well, they're equal lows, not even relative, but... And tap into that unfilled 15-minute gap down there. I would look for a long off of that. Honestly, it's looking like we might pull back to this 15-minute down here, which I want to see. I should probably mark out. So, like, of this range as a whole, I mean, yeah, we're probably not coming to equilibrium, honestly. You said I bought Dodgy's indicator. It's really good for spotting the only possible entries. Keeps the analysis paralysis down. I'd agree with that. You said, Timmy, what's up, GC Trading Systems? How are you, bro? I'm just debating, like, if we close through this 4-minute, it might be something I'd be willing to try. Because, like, right now, we might respect this 5-minute. And, like, honestly, like, if we're going to respect, like, this 5-minute gap over here, and we're going to disrespect, like, this 4-minute gap we're forming, I feel like at that point, like, we don't necessarily need to come down to these equal lows down here. So I gotta wait like 2.5 minutes, but honestly, if we close through this 4-minute gap right now, I'd probably try a long going for 1-to-1. The only thing is, I'd go break even when either NQ or ES takes that like internal high. I feel like it might just hit my break even point. You said also the only reason I passed a Funded Express account was because I was watching a YouTube live. Then I got cocky and was like, man, I'm profitable now. I can do this all myself, then blew it. Well, I'm glad I could hear I positively benefited you, bro. That really means a lot to me, honestly. And like I always say, I'm sure you've heard me say a million times before, like everything's a learning experience. Like I feel like the journey of a trader, it's like, I know there's some like scientific term for this, but it's like, oh, you think, oh, I figured this out now, and then you get humbled, and you're like, oh wait, no, I really figured it out this time. Then you get humbled again. You're like, wait, no, I really figured it out this time. If that makes sense. So we have 1.5 till this candle closes. If it wants to shoot up like last second and close this 4-minute. Oh, I lied. We're going to open up this tiny 5-minute. You said Dunning-Kruger effect? Yeah, I knew there was a name for it. I didn't know what it was. You said just got back, took anything yet? Nah, I've been debating taking a couple of things, but I haven't taken anything just yet. I know what I'm looking at right now is we have this 5-minute gap up here. Like, this one up here. Honestly, if we can push down without tapping into it, I might take a long to it. You said learn how to trade on your own. You said, bro, learn how to walk on your own. I mean, I feel like trading, everyone like learns differently. said any trades my gut? Oh my guy. No, I haven't taken any trades yet. But I feel like everyone trades differently. Everyone has like their own like learning process. And like honestly, like in my learning experience, I feel like it really helped me to watch someone else trade. Cause like I feel like I'm kind of like a more of a visual learner. Like I'm not saying you should be dependent on a trader for the rest of your life, but like I feel like me personally, it kind of helped me seeing someone execute like in live time, like seeing why they made certain decisions, like why they passed up on certain trades, why they took certain trades. So there's like almost 3 minutes until we close through this gap. Honestly, if we close through this gap, I might try along. You said it's also just easier being patient when you've got someone by your side who's also patient. Honestly, that's facts. I remember like when I used to join those streams, those streams I used to pay to be in, like I used to watch someone trade. Like I feel like his discipline almost felt like it wore off on me. Like I feel like he'd be talking to people in chat and he'd be like, "Bro, you guys are gambling. Like we come in here with a probability mindset." And I'd be like, he's right. Like, and just being around that kind of rubbed off on me. So we have 2 minutes until this 5-minute candle is going to close. I wonder what kind of... What, 35 points? Like 5 cons? You said exactly, yeah. And it's also nice. I feel like my streams right now are small enough. Like you guys can ask me questions and like I'll answer. You know, like you can get like personalized input. But I feel like most people now they're like, you want to talk to me, you got to pay me. They're like pay 5 bands for my mentorship. So this candle's gonna close in like a minute. Honestly, if it stays where it is, I'm probably gonna try this long. I got a good break even point. There's like a target higher time frame. You said it's not like TGR's stream where he calls you dumb. Yeah, I feel like TGR, like he's more like entertainment. Like he plays like loud music. Like he kind of like jumps up and down and like yells, but like, I mean, he's just doing it for entertainment to get more views. His focus really isn't like giving educational value. So I'm not going to take this, but I'm just looking at like this 1 minute inverse right here. Like I'm not taking this. Oh, I definitely can't take this. There's equal highs up here. But I was just thinking like the idea behind this, if I ever were to try it, that's a crazy RR, but there's this unfilled 15-minute gap below with equal lows. Like honestly, I feel like we should be coming back to that, especially if we're going to respect this 5-minute gap right here. Like, if that 5-minute gap's gonna get respected, what's gonna happen next? We're probably coming down to these lows. But it's not something I'm really confident in. Like, I feel like the 1 minute doesn't have good enough structure. You said, I have no clue about trading, still ended up here, and I find myself stressing about candles going up and down. I mean, honestly, trading is a very emotional thing. Like, I feel like everyone thinks, like, oh, it's so easy, but, like seeing numbers fluctuate on a screen, especially when those numbers are correlated to like money that you work hard for. He said it's a calling, brother. Honestly, yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like when I ask them why they got into trading, they're like, oh, I just know I had to. I'm like, okay. You said mentors are key for sure. I'm saying you want to learn to trade their system instead of copying. I mean, yeah. And like, I always try my best to explain my system to you guys. I know I have a video on my YouTube explaining my strategy from A to Z. I feel like I've seen some new names in here if you guys haven't seen it. But you know, actually, I'll send the link to it. Why not? I think I might have sent it earlier today, but I'll send it again. So I'm hoping that we can honestly pull back to these equal lows in this unfilled 15, and I'm going to start looking for a long out of there. Like, I've been waiting for that 15-minute gap to get tapped into since 10 a.m. Since before 10 a.m., honestly. Although, like, I wasn't confident enough to take that trade before, but remember what I was talking about where I was saying, like, if we come down and start disrespecting that gap, and we're, like, respecting this 5-minute gap up here, like, at that point, we really should come down to these lows down here. Like, I'm not willing to take a trade like that, because I'm not, like, really confident, but at least my idea is kind of playing out right now. You said, hey folks, what's up NQ1 Futures? Hey, how do you secure that name? I feel like that name's probably in high demand. He said, I have no idea. It's cool for you. Bro said, I sell it if interested. I don't think I'm interested, but thank you. I appreciate the offer. So we are pulling back. I would definitely want to see this 15-minute gap get tapped into. You said how long your streams? I usually go until like, let's say like 11:30 on average. Like sometimes, if I find a trade really early on in the session, I'll just end it at like, let's say like 10 or 10:30. Because like if I've already won for the day, I'm not going to keep trading. There's no reason to sit here and just keep staring at it. But you said, I appreciate learning from people's live like yours, man. It's actually providing value to be better. Appreciate that, Pork. Definitely my goal here, to provide value. So the thing I'm looking at is this 5-minute gap's probably going to get inversed. I don't think I'm willing to take a trade off that. We're moving so bullish. There's equal lows below though. I can get like a 1-to-1. Honestly, can I get an entry? 45, 4 cons. I might try this, honestly. Yeah, I'm in there. Only because I feel like we inverted this 5-minute, and I feel like there's equal lows below on the 5-minute. I really like equal lows. Like, even though we're moving bullish higher time frame, I just really like equal lows. Especially with equal lows with an unfilled 15-minute gap. Was it 803? Yeah. Ooh, my bad, it cooked. You said just gave you the like. Appreciate that. You said, how's January going for you, mate? Honestly, not the best. I'd be getting cooked in January. I might lose this trade too, but it's whatever. I mean, the main logic behind this, though, is like, I feel like, I know we're moving bullish, but we're really, like, in my opinion, I feel like we're really overextended. Like, we took out previous day high. We inverted this 5-minute gap right here, and there's this unfilled 15-minute gap below where we edged it and made equal lows. So I feel like equal lows are a strong draw, unfilled gaps are a strong draw. But I mean, looks like I might be wrong here. We'll see. You said price broke, opening range break high for me, waiting to get a pullback into the opening range. You said, is a 5-minute FVG solid enough to take trades from? I mean, I'd say so. A 5 minute's the highest time frame I take. I mean, like, I don't take trades on any higher time frame. I take all trades on any time frame between like the 30-second and the 5-minute. As long as you have like a good enough like higher time frame narrative, like you're chilling. You said 5 to 15 would be better. Well, I mean, I'm a day trader, so like I'm not a swing trader, so that really wouldn't be better for me. So maybe EQ this wick could save me. You said 1 or 2 trades a day in your own. That's approximately what I take. You said that candle is edging you. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. It's just chilling next to my stop loss. I'm hoping maybe EQ this wick can save me. I mean, I don't think it's going to, but where's my GAN box? Oh, this GAN box. Well, essentially 50% of this wick. My left one. So what, like EQ the wick? So hopefully we can react like off that. I don't necessarily think we're going to, but I could be hopeful. You said I say bring out the magnets and hammers. I usually don't do that. Might be too late for that to even do that. So yeah, unless we're gonna like react down sometime now, I'm probably cooked. You said I work on the trading floor, so I'm staring at charts all day long. Working on a trading floor is crazy. How long have you been doing that for? You said I like shorts into the unfilled 15-minute got stopped out. Yeah, honestly, I like shorts to the unfilled 15 as well, and I'm about to get stopped out probably. I just gave myself like a wider stop, which might work out for me if I'm lucky, but nah, I'm probably cooked here. You said nearly 9 years now? That's a long time. That's pretty cool. So like you probably can't do your own trading on your own though, right? Like, cause don't you need like to be like monitored or whatever? Or is that just like for people that are licensed? I know it also works different if you're outside the US. I think. So, I mean, this right here is my last hope for it to go down. Pro said, I say prove it and drop us some sauce. I mean, just because he works on a trading floor doesn't mean he has some like magical sauce. Oh my god, this candle's been edging me. You said how many payouts did you take so far? Well, this year I've taken like 3 payouts. I mean, I've lost track of how many payouts I've taken total. But you said how long did it take you to get your first one? Honestly, my first payout, it honestly took me like 7-8 months. I'm also like a slow learner. But like I was also trading, like I don't know if you guys are familiar with those Forex like 2-step like CFD style prop firms. But like I was trading like there was phase 1, phase 2, and then you get like to like a funded account you try to get a payout from. So I feel like because of that, it took me forever. I was such an emotional trader. Like, well, at least when I first started. Not anymore, obviously. You said I can only do on the... You said I can't on the company's computers. Dude, this thing was so close to my stop loss. There we go. I jinxed it. So I got stopped out of that. I mean, I'd be willing to take one more trade today. But I mean, like... Am I going to be able to find a quality setup today is the real question. So that right there was what I wanted to target originally. You said, is this your live account? I mean, they're funded accounts, yeah. Like they just call them qualified alpha futures, which essentially just means like funded accounts. I have 3 of them. You said I wanted to take a bearish IFVG, but it wasn't reacting off anything. I mean, yeah. I was just kind of thinking we were overextended. And we took out like previous day high. But... should I use this as an excuse to call price action buns? You said CFDs are the worst? Yeah, honestly, I stopped trading CFDs for a long time now. I mean, we're going to open up this 5-minute gap over here in 30 seconds. I mean, like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this 5-minute gap. I mean, you said I'm done for today. Not a bad idea, honestly. I feel like we're already overextended. Like, I feel like shorts are counter trend and longs are just like we're too overextended. If that makes sense. I mean, like, I do like the equal lows with the unfilled 15, but like, I guess we're just too bullish. You said you're a New Yorker? Yeah, I'm from New York. You know, I don't think I'm going to get a pullback, but I was looking at, like, let's say if we come down and invert this 5-minute maybe, but I'd have to get a really, really good candle close through this. You said in a long, let's see how this plays out. I hope it works out for you. You said I could tell by the accent. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking about asking, like, how do you know that? But I was like, nah, he'd probably tell by how I talk. I feel like this isn't the first time someone said that. You said work there myself for 2 years? That's cool. You said some of our traders are from New York? Yeah, I mean, there's a New York Stock Exchange, so. Well, I mean, I guess you could work remote, though, I'm sure. Doesn't really matter where you are. You said, I might be done for the day for real. I'm going to draw down in ES. Honestly, I know I complain about price action a lot, but I feel like this isn't too ideal. Like right here, we're like, if you're looking for longs, we're overextended. If you're looking for shorts, like it's counter trend. Like honestly, like I might still try one more short today if I get a really good entry, but so we have 2 minutes until this 5-minute candle closes. Honestly, if we like dump and close through this 5-minute gap, I'm gonna take a short again. I'm gonna target the unfilled 15-minute gap down here. And if this loses, I'll just be done for the day. You said SNT support 5-minute supporting me. That's what's up. Yeah, there's an SNT at the highs now too. We swept out that like Friday 9:30 high. And I really want to see those equal lows / unfilled 15-minute gap get hit. So, yeah, honestly, we have a minute and a half till this candle closes. I might be retrying this. What's your take on Trump? Honestly, I'm not too into that stuff, to be honest. I mean, I mostly just view how it affects the market. I'm really not too political. I know, so I feel like people rip on me for this all the time, but like honestly, I feel like my opinion's not going to change anything, so I feel like it's not worth it for me to think about it, if that makes sense. Like I know if everyone had the same thought, the world wouldn't work, if that makes sense. But the best answer. And, you know, honestly, like I really don't, but even if I did have a strong opinion, I feel like then if I started talking about it, I feel like I'd be like alienating like half my audience, if that makes sense. You know, one thing I can say, though, is he's got to stop saying stuff about the market during market hours. I just love when he'll tweet. You said I'm British Canadian, so I haven't had an opinion either. I mean, yeah. So I'm definitely going to pay attention to how we react out of this 5-minute, because right now we're respecting it, but like, I'm low-key going to be surprised if this 5-minute gap holds us up. Like, how are we going to tap in? You said he says funny things. No, I mean, yeah, he definitely does. I can't believe that we tapped into this 5-minute, and now we're reacting up like this. Dude, what is NQ doing? So I have to wait until, what, 11:05? You said IFVG on ES? I mean, I don't think ES close to the 5-minute. You said, so 1 hour trade, risking around 300 per trade. I'm doing 5 micros, risking... I mean, it depends on your, like, approximate, like, risk rate. Your win rate and risk to reward. Because, like risking 150 per trade is, like, different if, let's say, you have a 70% win rate or you have, like, a 30% win rate, right? But, like... I mean, honestly, if you feel like you're taking too long, though, like, if it feels like you're taking forever to pass evals... I mean, like, you could up it to that. Because 300 is not, like, over-risking, honestly. So we have, what, 2.5 minutes until this candle closes? I'm hoping it dumps out of nowhere. Ugh. So what, it's 2 minutes till this candle closes now? You said I was looking at 300 risk for an account that has 2K max and loss limit. Isn't that like risking over 10%? I mean, it's risking over 10%, but I feel like if you think, like, these funded accounts, like, what you're paying, like, you think about how much money you put in, it's like, you can risk, like, 1/5 of the drawdown. It's not that big of a deal. At least on the eval. You said gold and silver rising again? Dude, gold and silver go up all day long, it feels like. So I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm hoping in the next 1 minute, I want us to dump through this 5-minute gap. So at this point, we haven't inverted this 5-minute yet. So if it hits 11:10 and I still can't find any more trades, I'm pretty much just going to call it for the day. So, I guess I'm just waiting to see if in 5 minutes, when the 11:10 candle forms on the 5-minute, if we close to this gap, I'll try a short. If it doesn't, I'll just call it for the day and do a recap. It's looking like ES is going to invert the gap. I mean, NQ still hasn't, but I feel like ES is moving more bearish right now. So am I going to get an entry is the real question. Because if this candle closes through this 5-minute gap in the next 2 minutes, I'll try this. So ES is definitely moving a lot more bearish. You can see ES is probably going to invert this 5-minute gap. I mean, I need NQ to invert it to actually get an entry, but... You said the background music is nice. Appreciate that. Try to have like a calm vibe, because I feel like trading can be like pretty stressful, hectic. Yeah, I'm probably not getting entry here. You said you couldn't play Taylor. I mean, I know YouTube, they're pretty annoying about the like the copyright stuff. So there's not much stuff I can play. Actually, the stuff I'm playing right now, I actually pay $5 a month for like a license to play it. But yeah, there's no shot I'm getting entry on this. So I'm probably just gonna do a recap of the whole session, because I'm not taking any more trades. So starting at 9:30, I did say I was bullish. I feel like when you look at like the higher time frame, like at this start of the new day open, you said, how do you split your trades to leave your runner on top step? I'll show you in 1 second. I'll do the recap first. So once Sunday open happened, like on the daily candle, right, we pushed down and we swept out this low inside this 4-hour gap. I know it's really hard to see, but technically this is a 4-hour fair value gap right here. We had this low inside of it. We swept it out. We reacted very strongly out of it. As well as on the 1 hour, you can see that we tapped into this 1 hour gap down here, offered a very strong reaction out of it. So I was bullish, right? I had like previous day high marked out. I even was marking out like this high from this 9:30 high from Friday. So I had all these bullish targets I wanted to see get hit. So essentially, like, I was waiting for us to retrade into a 5 or a 15-minute fair value gap. So we pretty much just ran up and open. We didn't do that. We ended up opening up this 15-minute fair value gap right here. So I was waiting for a pullback into the 15-minute gap to take longs. So what actually ended up happening was we never actually tapped into it. We made equal lows with the 15-minute fair value gap. He said, is it bad I want to short this even though we're green on the day and higher time frame? Honestly, if you're green on the day, I mean, obviously, like, you make the decision, but, like, if you're green on the day and we're this bullish higher time frame, I'd say I wouldn't say to short this. But, where is I at? Oh, yeah, so there's this unfilled 15-minute gap down here. So, honestly, like, I would have taken a long if we actually tapped into the 15-minute gap, but we made equal lows. So, it's like, I can't take a long off that because we have both an unfilled 15-minute gap and swing equal lows at my stop. So, like, I wasn't willing to take a long over there. And the trade I actually ended up taking was, you can see, like, this 5-minute gap over here. We actually ended up closing through it. So, like, I feel like higher time frame, we are really bullish. But the thing was, I just wanted to see us like rebalance this unfilled 15-minute gap, take these swing equal lows. I feel like if you mark out this range as a whole, like from here to here, like we never really came close to equilibrium. Even if you mark it out from like, what is this? Like the pre-market lows kind of. we still never came to equilibrium. So I feel like we're kind of overextended higher time frame. So I was willing to take a short like that. So I pretty much entered and then just stopped me out really quick. So, I mean, it's part of the process. And I actually was even eyeing. We opened up another like 5-minute gap over here. And I was thinking, what? Maybe I'll retry the same idea. But I feel like the reason my short entries keep failing is probably because we're just moving so bullish. But honestly, like, that's a trade. Like, the thing going against me was we're so bullish higher time frame. But like, honestly, like, if you ignore how bullish we are higher time frame, I feel like that wasn't a bad trade. Like, inverting a 5-minute, there's an unfilled 15-minute gap below. There's swing equal lows. We're overextended. But so another losing day for me. But oh, so you should copyright edges. Yeah, pretty much. You said, how do you split? So for on Top Step, I can show you. So I don't have Top Step open. So this is Top Step X. So let's say, if, theoretically, I'm not going to enter a position to show you, but theoretically, let's imagine that I'm in a position. So let's say I have 3 contracts and I'm short. So I could right click and I could put buy limit 1. So let's say if I have 3 contracts, it's only going to sell one of my 3 when it hits that price over there. And if you don't want to right click on the chart, you select this order panel on the right side. If you don't have it, I'm pretty sure you click like, you click something. I know one of these buttons allows you to edit what type of, oh, it's the plus button. You can hit add components and you can add this order panel. So instead of market, you want to change it to limit, and you could say what your limit price is and how many contracts you want there. So that would pretty much partial you out there. But I'll probably stay down for a couple more minutes in case you guys have any questions. But that's pretty much all I've got to say for today. Price action is dog water today. Well, is it no news Monday? There's orange folder news at 8:30, I want to say. It is orange folder at 8:30, but still got a full week ahead, though. I mean, Monday doesn't define the whole week. You said, do you ever move your stop loss? I mean, I move my stop loss to break even sometimes, but I don't ever, like, trail my stop in profit, only because I trade such a small risk to reward. And also, if you guys are looking for a prop firm to trade with, my favorite prop firm is Alpha Futures. I do have my discount code, which is code TIMB272. It will get you 10% off all valuations, or if they have some better discount going on, it'll get that as well. So, like, for example, the 50K zero plan is no activation fee. It's $99 before any discount, and my discount code will bring it down to, like, $89. And I just like the company, honestly. I think they're really well run. And also, if you guys aren't in my free Discord already, I do have my free Discord. It's in the pinned comment as well as like on my profile. You guys are welcome to join that. Tag me anytime. You can ask me any questions. I can't guarantee I'll get back to you in a timely fashion, but I try to get back to everyone in the Discord. And in case you guys don't know this already, I do live trade for free on YouTube at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday to Friday. So if you guys are new here, I will be live again for the rest of the week at 9:30 a.m. But yeah, I guess I'm probably going to wrap it up here. I guess you guys don't have any more questions. But I do appreciate every single one of you guys that stopped by, hung out with me, trade with me. I know today might not have been the best day, but we can always come back stronger another day. But have a good rest of your day.